Hello. So last time we were discussing about challenges of data. So we used our yardstick as V's. So we identified different types of V's in data, such as velocity, volume, variety, so on and so forth. So now we are moving into another stage of big data analytics, that is identifying the data sources and type of analytics that we can do. So when it comes to big data analytics, we need to identify what are the sources that we can use and then what type of analytics that we can do. So nowadays, your data is not only the data that resides in your organization. If you ask for data, naturally you will think, okay, HR database is my data. Sales data is database is my data. Yes, they are data. They are one of the most important data. But remember, there is a lot of data outside your organization as well as inside your organization which are not traditional. Now, for example, so if you look at your organization documents, your employee stats, emails that they are sending, they all are data. So, so we can categorize this data into four types of data, which is called Internet of Events. With the internet, we have large volume of data. That's why we call them as Internet of Events. And then we can divide these into four categories: Internet of Content, Internet of People, Internet of Things, and Internet of Places. So when you look at Internet of Content, you can see your YouTube data, which is also extremely large volume, high velocity, and variety of data that you can get in the Internet of Content. So the images, chats, the all are will be categorized as Internet of Content. Then Internet of People. Now we all use different types of social media. If your clients are using the different types of social media, so that can be considered as Internet of People. Some time back, we did a research on people's sentiment, public sentiment on products, their price sentiment as well as their healthy sentiment on those products. So we use Facebook data to analyze that particular those sentiments of the public. Now that can be used for marketing purposes, production purposes as well. So you can see when by using that data, which is Internet of People, we can do many other aspects. 2016, during the US election, there were a lot of analysis were made between Donald Trump tweets versus Hillary Clinton's tweets. Those days it was Twitter. So Twitter data was used for that analysis. Nowadays you have large number of social media network, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, you name it. All this can be considered as Internet of People. Next, we are living in a world of devices. As we speak, this our data can be captured through uh, different types of devices, so which can be considered as Internet of Things. Also, with the improvements in cloud, there are a lot of cloud sources where they capture data in large volume and large velocity. Finally, Internet of Places. If you want to do any analysis on some places for tourism purposes, for any other marketing purposes, you can use this set of data. Google Maps will tell you the crowd, the utilization, crowd distribution of each place. Then we have a lot of other data like Uber. In Sri Lankan context, uh, we have Pygmy, right? So those data can be used as Internet of People. Now you can see how you can extend your traditional data source into these new area of data sources so that you can improve your analysis. For example, if you want to do any sales prediction, you can combine that with the weather data, which is can be considered Internet of Things. Also, for sales can be considered the link with the social media activities which can go as Internet of People. Also, your sales can be, if your sales can be considered amalgamate with the news article, news items, then you can combine that with Internet of Contents. So remember, this is what you need to think. Not traditional analytics now we are doing. What we need to do is we need to look at different analysis using different sources where you have rich sources of data around you. Accumulating will be challenging. Uh, Accessing them will be challenging, but yet you can do a better analysis with these data. So next we are moving into what types of analysis that you can do. So if you look at this particular picture, you can see there are four types of analytics: descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. And we have a new one, which is little new, that is augmented analysis or generative analytics, which we are not considering much, but I included them for you to think that things are moving. Descriptive analytics, what happened? So you want to look at historical analysis of your data, summarize them. Okay, branch wise, what's the sales volume that you have done? What is the sales done on each product category? Month sales report by region. And those are the examples for descriptive analysis. Basically, descriptive analysis look at what happened. Diagnostic analytics, the next one, will be looking at why did it happen? What is the root cause? So we call it root cause analysis, what if analysis, right? So correlation analysis, sentiment analysis. So we are looking at why did it happen? Why did the sales drop in a specific region? In all the other regions, my sales are doing well, but in this particular region, sales are not doing well. For all the other products, sales are doing well, but for this particular product, sales are not doing well. Why? Most of the analysis will limited to descriptive and diagnostic analytics. But advanced analytics is beyond that. That is predictive analytics. What will happen? What are my sales in next month? What would be the rainfall in next day? Right? So that you can plan accordingly. And then prescriptive analytics. So you have done the predictive analytics. It says your sales volumes are high. So what you can do, you can't just wait for just because the sales volumes are high. You need to act. For a supermarket, if there is a prediction that next month due to the seasonal uh, season that you are running into, you may have high volume of sales, then you need to act accordingly. You need to check with your suppliers whether you can get that relevant quantities. You have to look at your staff members, other facilities. Otherwise, there will be unnecessary issues will raise when you are doing those sales. Last one, I'm not going to discuss in detail. That's a augmented analysis or generative analytics using LLMs, natural language queries. You can do uh, new area of analysis. Right. So this is a sample uh, question for in healthcare. Different types of analysis. Why do patients have to wait so long? Diagnostic analytics. So different types of analytics can be done here. So I'll leave it to you to analyze what is descriptive, what is diagnostic, what is predictive, and what is prescriptive. What I want to tell you is, in every domain, you can find those four questions. Right. That was healthcare. But you can go into detail. This is for an X-ray machine. In the healthcare, for a specific unit, you can do those four types of analytics: descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. Right. Let's look at this through a case study. SmartMart. It's a it's a rapidly growing online retail platform operating across multiple countries. The company collects massive volumes of data from various sources, including customer transactions, website click streams, mobile app usage, product reviews, inventory systems, delivery tracking sensors, social media feedback. Smart management aims to use big data analytics to improve their customer satisfaction, optimize sales, supply chain operations, reduce delivery delays, and increase sales through personal marketing. So remember here, when we say supermarket, traditionally our data source is their sales data or suppliers data. But here you can see it's going beyond that, beyond customer transactions. Website click streams are there, mobile app usage can be used, product reviews which are totally unstructured, data is there. So so they collect. So this is a summarized version of the previous one. The SmartMart is multinational online retail platform, data collecting from these sources: customer transactions, website click streams, mobile app usage, product reviews, inventory systems, delivery tracking sensors, and social media feedback. And what is our target is to improve customer satisfaction, supply chain efficiency, delivery performance, and sales through personalization. Right. So what are the event types in SmartMart? SmartMart. So, so you can see uh, customer events, it's a transactional events, and it's the internet of people. Page reviews, product clicks, cart abandonment, another very important which I come little later, internet of people. Cart abandonment is when you are doing online purchases, suddenly people will add items into the cart, but they don't go to the checkout. Why? That's a descriptive analytics is why they are doing it, how many card amendments. The diagnostic analytics is why they are doing it. Right? So you can see the different types of analysis here. Website events are there, application events are there, then stock level change, reorder triggered, warehouse dispatch, restocking. So a lot of items you can look at. So you can see so the case study is limited, but as an analytical person, you need to look at all these options in order to improve your sales and analytics, right? So we have listed out all the uh, data sources that you can capture from this. So then next one is mapping events to analytics types. So we looked at 5 types of analytics. So here we are looking at those analytics types. Right. What happened? Descriptive analytics. What are the events? So important thing here is what are the events that can be used for descriptive analytics? And then examples and techniques that you can use. Yes, you might not be aware of some techniques yet, but let's list out these techniques in future videos. After you are doing the future the content, you will be able to understand this. So here you can see what types of events, that is daily sales by country and category, number of orders per hour, inventory level across warehouses, delivery success and failure rates. So those are the analysis, descriptive analytics that you can perform. Then we will be moving to the diagnostic analytics. So reasons, I'll read out the examples. Why did the cart abandonment increase during the checkout? So that means people going until to the checkout and then they don't click the checkout option. Why are delivery delays in specific region? Why are products receiving poor reviews? So these are the diagnostic analytics, identifying the causes and relationship. Now, for example, uh, product reviews receiving poor. You are receiving poor reviews. What is the reason? It can be due to the products the products are not up to the standard, or it can be due to the service issues. You have to find out the correlation. Then the predictive analytics. I'll go to the examples again. You can forecast the next month demand. What are the likelihood of customers' purchases? Delivery delays. What type of delivery delays that you can expect considering next month, weather or any other seasonal impact. So techniques we'll be looking at little later or from other subjects as well. Then prescriptive analytics. What is the action that you can take? Very important in analytics. We being technical people, we always neglect the action part. Okay, you have done the descriptive, diagnostic, predictive. So what? How you can improve your organization by looking at prescriptive analytics. So rather than taking decisions, you can look at data-driven decision making, which is the need of the day, need of the hour. Rather than making sense-driven decision, now you have data. From that, you can make data-driven decisions. Then we looked at the generative analytics. Why are customers in India abandoning cards today? So it will look at your generative query can go into that level with your data and internet data and give these results for you. And you can generate campaign recommendations, customer support responses, real-time promotion suggestions can be done. Right. So finally, the practice work for your project, identify data sources in this matrix: internal and external, structured and unstructured. Then you can go into the different types of analytics that you can do. I have limited it to 4. If you want, you can go to the 5th one as well. Now here, very important thing is, when you are coming up with the questions, analytics, that has to be mapped to the data sources. Remember, as in data analytics, you can't generate data. You have to use the data sources. Can be internal, can be external, but you have to use that data. So if you are saying, okay, I'm going to do this analytics. For this analytics, what are the data sources that are needed? I'm going to do a descriptive analytics for my supermarket. I want to find out different customers gender wise, their distribution, sales distribution. Now, if you're going to do that analytics, you need to know where you are getting the gender from. If you don't have the gender in your data source, you cannot do that analytics. So without just listing out the analytics, it is very important to map it with the data sources. Right? So this is the task that we are going to do during our physical lectures. So with this, we have basically done with the introduction to the data. So we have done V's, sources, and analytics. Hope you have learned these contents. If you have any questions, feel free to ask during the lecture time. Thank you very much, and we will see you with another lecture.